we've got to lay out a master plan pretty quickly because these people are absolutely serious and want to build trails. I've had the opportunity to build a lot of nice projects in the real estate development world, but only God knows how much more I appreciate this project. Not because of the actual asset itself, but because of the people that I've met along the way. So you start talking about planning and the nuts and bolts of, Brandon, how did you lay this thing out with 26 miles of overlap or no overlap and being able to run this thing and unlocking the code? And this is what I think, again, why it's been successful is staying ahead of the team, continuing to take the time to walk and study the area and lay this thing out is all in my planning personality, not wanting to let the team down, staying, consistent, committed, organized, making people comfortable. All of those things go into the planning part, but everybody loves goals. And when you start establishing a mission and then further on a vision, that gets into some serious organization of where do you want to take people. The first surprise was the very beginning. People had to understand what type of trails we were building. To start building the trails, I studied the mountain for a year, laying this thing out, hiking, spending a ton of time out there. The next step was, okay, I've got Katie and Aaron, who are my twin 6-year-olds at the time. I was gone all the time, and I really wanted to spend more time with them, and I thought, man, this is a great way to spend time with them, get them in the woods. I thought we need to build a mile of trail quietly because nobody knows about this. We need to build a mile of trail quietly so people can see what we're going to build. Part of the mission statement is, for economic growth. We're not necessarily promoting tourism. That is a sidestep to what we're doing. We're establishing an opportunity for people to move here, to live here. And I know the cliche of live, work, play, gets thrown around a lot, but Hurricane West Virginia has one of the best opportunities in the whole state of West Virginia that truly could live by that statement. Because we are positioned right, we have the right support from our city, the convenience, the demographics, the mindset. We may not have the beauty of a Canaan Valley, we may not have the beauty of a Fayetteville, but what we have is people that truly care about this community. And this trail system is an example of how folks have come together, over 21,000 volunteer hours, have come together to build this asset for folks to enjoy. Now, what does that mean? That doesn't just mean for us to enjoy, but that means for our future generation that are graduating high school, that may be thinking about moving around different parts of the United States. But when they move around different parts of the United States, they're going to see now that Hurricane has an asset that a lot of these other places don't have. We have the convenience of this 30-mile trail system. As we continue to look at this, who knows where this trail system can go further throughout our community to make the connection more so. It's truly amazing how we all have come together of likeness, like-minded, and grown this thing together as the rest of the world in a lot of different situations are being divided and are diverse. But this is just a reiteration of like-minded people who are building something that they all like, coming together from different backgrounds, different religions, different mindsets. But me personally, in conclusion of all this, I specifically know that this was an opportunity for me to glorify God, to say yes to His vision, yes to His plan, one that I questioned many times in the beginning, whether I was going to be able to commit to it. Making that type of commitment when there's no monetary award, when there's no true accolades that you really can receive for what has been dedicated or committed to this. But I did that for one reason, and that's what God had asked me to do, was to glorify Him. And I hope that I've always made people feel comfortable when they have come out and helped build, because that was the purpose in all of this. Didn't know it throughout the time, but now that I've seen it all come together, I've realized that further in my faith that was my calling at that time, and saying yes to that was so crucial in so many different people. And certainly during a time in our lives when COVID hit, that this community received such a blessing and such a reward that God would grant us. As we talk about trails, there's nothing greater than the people here in our community and the people that we're able to have lunch with, do business with, all because we met one another within this trail system. But again, it goes without saying that this is all to the glory of God and His purpose and what He's planted right here. So.